Howdy, athletes. Welcome to another live stream. Is this live stream 3, 4, 5? Is it 5? 4. I think it's probably 4. I am Coach Cliff, and welcome to Iron Maid, to our weekly live stream. And Coach Diana, who runs all our nutrition programs and is fantastic, gave me a great idea yesterday. She said, "What are you going to do the live stream about?" And I said, "I don't have an idea yet." And she gave me an idea. I'm going to do that one next week. Coach Diana, I'm going to do that one next week because something hit me today. I'm pretty nasty looking right now on purpose because I just got done with a workout and it was hard. It was a cardio based. We had to do a 400-meter running repeat and then or short rest and then a 400 or 500-meter row, which is about equivalent to a 400-meter. So you kind of 2 minutes for each one. But I was hitting the 400s in 1:30. So it was running 6-minute pace. It was actually 1:28 for 1:28, 1:29. So sub 6-minute pace, right? I'm 53. But for those of you who don't know, I ran track in college and I ran a 4:03 mile. Of course, there's no way. In fact, the world record for someone my age to run a mile is 4:24, I think, or 4:25. So it is literally impossible for me to run that speed ever again. It's okay. It's what it is. But I was doing the repeats today. You know, in 1:28, 1:29 is fine, but it wasn't that many years ago that I was doing it faster. And this young girl, she's probably 22, 23, came up afterwards and she was right there on my tail. And she said, can my husband and I sit down with you and Kelly? She goes, we're moving to Fort Worth in a month. And I'm just so impressed with you and Kelly and, you know, at your age, okay, fair enough, that how fit you are, how fit you keep yourself. And I'm like, oh gosh, it's not nearly as much as I could or should, but she was impressed, right? And something hit me because we started talking and I said, here's a fact. Men between the ages of 42 and 48. Now this is, what do you call this kind of research? I don't have this data, and data might show that it's different, but being a personal trainer, wives will escort husbands into my studio, wherever I'm training, and they'll say, we just had a real big scare. It was a heart attack, or it was cancer, it was a stroke, or it was this. Just the first big thing happens to men between the age of 42 and 48 if they have not been taking care of themselves. The first big thing usually happens a little bit later to women, usually closer to 50. With women, we see that they'll say that I had this, you know, the heart attack, the cancer, that scare, that first scare. And then every single time the trainer, myself, and that athlete, that person can take care of it completely. You can turn it around. And I was telling her that. I said, you know, it's just that Kelly and I have always done this. And on the flip side, I train a great gentleman, just a mentor of mine, someone I love dearly, Ted Hamilton, who is 73 years old. Actually, he'll be 73 in July. Guy can still knock out 25 pull-ups in a row just a few weeks ago. He can still row and run, and he's absolutely amazing. But he was a Marine, and he's always kept it up. So it got me thinking to, you know, sharing some of this with her, and I wanted to share a book. I'm just going to pop it up on the screen right here because I couldn't find the book. I have a couple of another book I'll put up, but this book called Younger Next Year. You don't have to get it. I'll summarize it in the next 30 seconds. It was written by a Wall Street investor. This guy, what is his name saying there? I can't read it. Chris Crowley is his name, I think. He was a Wall Street investor worth hundreds of millions or whatever he was worth, a lot of money. And at age 45, he had this massive heart attack. So he was in the hospital. This doctor, who's also the author on the book, came to him and said, well, this is what you need to start doing. You need to do 3 days of cardio, 3 days of strength training every day. You know, do that every day for the rest of your life. So that equals 6 days, right? So on that 7th day, you do something active as well. And he said, the doctor said to this Wall Street investor, he said, you have to do this every day for the rest of your life. And in this book, this Wall Street investor said, it like scared me. For the rest of my life? And he said, yes, for the rest of your life. And the point is that if we don't stay active, if we don't take care of ourselves, we are headed for disease or discomfort at an age that we still have another 30, 40, 50 years left to live. And there was one time in my life that I had chronic pain for day after day, long period of time. I had a staph infection in the back of my leg, and the doctors didn't know that's what it was. And I had it for probably about 9 months before they figured out that I had a staph infection. It was in my knee. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't run. I couldn't do anything. So I could bike, that was fine, but running wasn't an option. And I was just in this chronic pain every time I stood up. There, along with that chronic pain comes depression. You just feel horrible. And that's one of the things that I think when I'm working with that 42 to 45, 48-year-old man or that 50-year-old woman who's had that first big scare, and I'll tell them, here's the thing is if we don't take care of this and you have that second scare, or you have chronic pain ongoing with your shoulder, with your knee, or with a disease that you have every day for the rest of your life, you are in a massive depression. You can't live your life. Not only can you not physically live your life, mentally it destroys you too. We all know people like that. Like we just got a call yesterday, Kelly did, from the yoga studio, one of our female yoga students. Her husband just died on the couch yesterday, and he was in his upper 40s, had a massive heart attack. So the thing is, all of that can be taken care of. Yes, there are plenty of very fit people who will have a heart attack. Look, that can happen out of the blue. You can be very fit and very healthy, and stuff can happen. You can still get cancer. Jim Fixx, a famous older runner back in the 70s. He and Bill Rogers were two of the runners that kind of brought running to the mainstream. So everyone read Jim Fixx's books, and he was, I don't know, in his upper 50s or something. He died while he was out on a run, but they found that he had a congenital heart disease that he had always had. So be it. My point is this, is that if you don't do this every day, at least 3 days a week, but I'm going to go back and say 3 days of cardio-based workout, 3 days of strength-based workout is the best. Every day for the rest of your life, you're going to end up having problems and diseases and pain that no amount of money can buy back. And when I want to go back to was it a post that I wrote about thinking positively about it? Learn to like it. Find something you like to do. This other book, I'm just going to hold it up. Yeah, it's forwards. I like this book. It was fun. It's a fun book written by a trainer. It's called Which Comes First, Cardio or Weights. That's not what the whole book is about, but it's about fitness myths. So it was fun for me to read. But the title, Which Comes First, Cardio or Weights? Which one is better? So if someone comes to me and says, I want to look amazing in 6 months, I'm not going to have you do much cardio. You'll do some, but I want you to do weights, strength training first, and the nutrition is the most important. So good nutrition. We're going to go as deep into nutrition as you're willing to go, as deep as your lifestyle is willing to go, because we work with Coach Diana. We can go crazy deep and have you standing on the stage in a bikini posing, right? I mean, that's hard. It's really hard stuff. But as far as you're willing to go, we're going to have good, solid nutrition so that you're healthy, so that you look good, and you also look vibrant. I'm going to get to this other point. By the way, I can go 3 tangents deep, and all of a sudden I'm like, how do I get back to where I was? I thought I want to talk about good nutrition, strength training is secondary. And then we said, well, why even do cardio? Well, there are positive benefits to cardio. There's a benefit if you say, I want to run a marathon or a half marathon, or I want to run or bike, or I want to compete in a cardio-based event, then absolutely we have to do cardio. Then cardio might become more important. But if you just said, I just want to look amazing and I want to feel amazing, I want to have great health, nutrition's number 1. Number 2 is strength, and not too far apart in importance of order. And then cardio is third. So you say, well, why even do cardio? Because there's only so much strength training you can do until you've broken down your muscles enough that we can fill it in with cardio to burn some more calories, but we got to talk about the proper amount. Anyway, if you want a basic strategy, 3 days of strength training, 3 days of cardio, 1 day of activity with your family, and be outside at the park playing with your kids or your grandkids or whatever. And that's every day, yes, for the rest of your life. And if that scares you, don't turn that mindset around. It doesn't have to be long. Plenty of research shows that 30 minutes of it is plenty. But then again, that's based on your goals. If you said, I want to run a marathon, then we're going to be doing cardio. It's a lot longer than that, but that's how you have to train for that. So looking good in the mirror. Let's talk about this. When I was in college, very deep thinker, right? So we are in college. I was taking a philosophy class, and we were talking about beauty, what makes something beautiful. And I said, what's the difference between a tree that's lost all its leaves in the wintertime I suppose we could find beauty in it, especially if there's snow on the branches or something. But a dead tree is ugly, right? What about a tree that's died, been hit by lightning? A dead tree is ugly, right? We want to take them down. A tree that's alive in the summer is beautiful. Why is that? The reason is, and by the way, he couldn't give me an answer. He said, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I said, so what makes a certain person beautiful and another person, we have to kind of look for beauty, right? What makes a supermodel beautiful? Well, the reason is this: health. It looks healthier. The dead tree looks unhealthy. The live tree looks healthy. That is why we find certain people attractive, because they have more health. So why are we attracted to health? Well, for human beings, it was for reproductive purposes. We are attracted to someone who can very healthily reproduce healthy offspring. That's it, literally. So then you go deeper and go, well, but what is it about that person that makes them more healthy looking and then therefore more attractive? And it's symmetry. It is literally symmetry. So when you study a human face and the beauty of it, it's the symmetry from side to side and up and down, all those different things. And so it is health that makes something beautiful. So I will tell someone who's lacking in confidence that doesn't feel beautiful, say the more healthy you look, the more healthy you feel, the more beautiful you become without changing that symmetry. Because there's that symmetry we're not going to change without plastic surgery. You don't need that. But it is health that makes us look and feel beautiful. And health, the look of health, the feeling of health comes from doing strength training, eating properly, and doing cardio. So strength and cardio 6 days a week, something active on the other days, so that we have that. That's it. I can't, that's the reason I'm a personal trainer. That's the reason I train people, is because if someone doesn't take care of themselves, they're headed for something wrong that's going to happen. If not, you're almost genetically lucky if you don't. So it's taking care of yourself so that you can, when you're 70 years old, get in and out of a car, get in up and off the couch, let alone going, skipping up a mountain or climbing a mountain and not feel like you're so exhausted. There's no way I can do this and everything hurts. And I can't even bend over and pick this thing up because my low back hurts so much. We don't have to be in that place. No one has to be in that place. And that's all fixable. So when someone tells me like, well, my dad, he's 45 years old and he's had a heart attack and he's really, he just doesn't do anything. It's diabetes. I'm like, it's all fixable. It's all fixable, especially at that age. When someone's 85 or 90, it's almost, well, it's too late at that point to really turn that around if they've never done anything. So that was the point I wanted to impress upon you, is that nutrition is first, strength training, then cardio, 6 days a week, then do something active on the other days, every day for the rest of your life, for health and symmetry and beauty for us, for that confidence. Today was an absolutely grueling workout. I was pushing the absolute limit. And why? I got done and I'm absolutely maxed. I hit 186 beats per minute, my max heart rate, and it's not supposed to go that high anymore. It's supposed to be 220 minus your age. I'm 53, so it's like 170, right? 170, not even 170. And so it's getting up there. And that's genetic. I mean, but your max heart rate goes down as you age. So I'm hitting, like I'm pushing it all the way to my absolute max. And I got done, I was kind of like questioning, why am I pushing that hard? I'm like, because I love that feeling of just pushing so that I'm not scared to get to a place. I guess I am. I guess I would say that I'm scared to get to a place where I can't live anymore and I can't just go do the things I want to be able to do in life. Just getting up off the couch and play with kids, play with grandkids someday. I don't have grandkids yet, but soon enough. So anyway, that's my point today, is every day, just, you've got to stay active. You've got to stay fit. Turn your mind around that it's not a bad thing. It's not a scary thing. It's a good thing. 30 minutes. And if you need help with it, let's get on a call. Let's help you figure out exactly what you need to do to get to that feeling of beauty, symmetry, health, confidence, so that you can do the things that you want to in life. Because if we don't, we're headed to something can be long-term pain that we don't want to be in, that leads to just depression and a downhill spiral. We can help anybody come out of it too. So I wanted to share that with you today. Y'all have a great day. Go hit the workouts, hit them hard, do what you can, improve, look for progression every day. Y'all have a great day.